January was rough. Welcome back to Aura Life. Thank you so much for joining me again. Today I wanted to share a little bit about my weight loss and fitness journey, but before we get into that, hi, I'm Ashley. If you're new here, thanks for joining me. Make sure you click that subscribe button. I'm sure all you guys know, like when you think about just your experience with fitness and wellness, it is an uphill battle and it is a journey. It's definitely not a sprint. It is a marathon in itself. My journey really started after college. So in college, I was super busy and athletic. I was a member of a dance team at UIC. We competed nationally, so there was a lot of practice and I was dancing 24/7. And after I graduated college, that was over. It was done. And you know, I was just trying to kind of figure out how I was gonna stay active. I struggled the first couple months. I gained weight. I ended up gaining probably around like 15 and 20 pounds. And I started off by just eating healthier, making sure that I was working out at least 30 minutes a day on the elliptical. I mean, back then it was really simple. Jump on the elliptical and done. My metabolism was so much faster that I was able to drop weight at a quicker pace. And after that, I kind of completely went vegetarian, vegan for a year, and that's when I saw a major drop. Around that time, that's when I got married, so I was really focused on getting into that wedding dress. I ended up training for the marathon, but then it was all about building strength. There's a lot of cross training, a lot of meticulous running schedules, and just, you know, a lot of mileage there. In the gym probably 5 to 6 days a week. I mean, it was a major part of my life. Cut to having a baby, I had him, that completely changed. I just didn't have time. I didn't have time to go to the gym. I was breastfeeding him, so I was his energy source, so I was constantly at his side. Also noticed just after going through labor that I had a major muscle loss and I had a major hormonal imbalance. So instead of losing weight while I was breastfeeding, I completely went the opposite direction. My body was holding on to the calories. This all spiraled and I ended up probably like 2 or 3 years ago at my heaviest. I really hit rock bottom. This was really feeling just not myself and not strong, not capable to do the simple things like I said, walking upstairs or picking him up or keeping up with him. And you know, I wanted to make sure that I'm here for him for forever. I didn't want to get to a place where it was a point of no return. The first thing that I did is I started Weight Watchers. At the time, that was great for me because I couldn't really restrict just all of my foods too much and I needed to track. I started using a yoga app and I started to do yoga, I believe like 10 to 20 minutes a day, and then also doing some HIIT workouts that I saw on YouTube for like 10 to 15 minutes a day. All of this was pretty much body weight. There wasn't a lot of weightlifting because I was just trying to get the core fundamentals back. And that worked for a while. Over that year, I ended up losing 20 pounds. That was a major weight loss for me. I was feeling a lot better, a lot more in my body, in my skin. So then after that, of course, EDC happened and I'm like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime trip. This is something I was looking forward to. It was something on my bucket list. I want to look good. Like, I want to look back on those pictures and feel good and confident in my skin. So that's when I started Peloton Digital and I bought my bike. I started to double up on my workouts. So I continued with the hot yoga and then I started to do 20-minute classes, spin classes in the mornings and then continuing with my yoga. Over my eating routine from Weight Watchers to keto. And what I noticed about Weight Watchers and how I ended up reaching a plateau with it is, for me personally, I just felt hungry all the time and I wasn't seeing any movement on the scale. I ended up getting to a certain point where, a stopping point where I wasn't seeing any movement whatsoever. I found out about keto through a friend at work. What the hell? Like, let's give it a try. At this point, I'm gonna try anything because I'm hungry and I'm not seeing any results. And keto really helped me. Those 17 pounds, it really helped kick that off. I felt more energized. I'm always satisfied. Where are we now, huh? You're like, what is all of this? That's a long journey. And it is. So where I'm at now is I've lost a total of 37 pounds, and that was in the summer of last year. I've put on a few of those pounds, about 3 or 4 of those pounds. I'm ready to kick this into what I'm calling kind of one of the final stages, which is I want to lose that last 10 to 15 pounds. And the last 10 to 15 pounds is kind of my benchmark for where I was pre-baby. And I've been tracking here and there some video clips of my process, my workouts, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Bear with me, this is the first time that I'm actually venturing out and trying to do some fitness vlogs. So, you know, we're gonna just experiment and see what you guys find interesting, what you don't. I want you to make sure to comment below and let me know some things that you want to see. If you want to see more of my food prep, then I can certainly include more of that. If you want to see more workouts, if you want to see how I'm incorporating Peloton, that works too. Without further ado, here is my recap of the month of January. Alright, day 1. Hey guys, happy Saturday. I'm doing a quick check-in on my health vlog, just so you know where I'm at. And I look crazy, but about probably 3 weeks in, I started kind of detoxing on the 1st of the year, and I believe today is like the 22nd. But so far I've lost 4 pounds. I really had bad keto flu symptoms for the past 2 weeks. If anyone of you guys have never done keto, you do like a keto calculator and it'll tell you kind of based off of your body mass what your macros should be. And the idea is that it's very low carb, moderate protein, and then kind of like moderate fat, healthy fat. That means no sugar, no carb. There's like a specific list of foods and things that you can kind of stay in the realm of. The common misconception is that all that people do on keto is eat bacon, which just is not true. It's not accurate. Yes, you can have bacon, but it's not like I just sit here and eat bacon and burgers my whole time. It's very veggie-centric, healthy fats like avocado, coconut oil, things like that, and just balance good whole foods, nothing processed. That's kind of the idea. Lots of water. When you are taking out all the sugar pretty much from your diet, your body can kind of sometimes go into a slight shock, and it's just trying to adjust, and you get what's called the keto flu. So I've had that probably for the past 2 weeks. Just kind of feeling sluggish, tired, hard this time, which is crazy because I had only gotten off of keto probably just for the holidays, you know, because I wanted to just enjoy myself, have all the goodies, and then really jump-start it again. Now I'm feeling really good. And the weather in Chicago has been up and down. We had negative-degree weather. I'm sure you see my blog by now from the rehab set because it was so cold. It was like negative 17 that night. Oh my gosh. And then the weather went back up and it's snowing and it's not snowing. So then I ended up going to Atlanta for a work trip. It's like my body's like, what the hell are you doing? So I got a sinus infection. Luckily, I'm kind of bouncing back off of that pretty quickly. I feel better today, so I'm about to do work on a pretty strict schedule in terms of my workouts, just to keep me on track. 1 day of arms and shoulders, 1 day of chest and back, 1 day of legs, 1 day that's all full body, and then I have 1 day that's cardio. And then on the other 2 days, I can either rest or do some type of moderate workout. I still end up working out. Like I'll do like hot yoga that day, or you know, and then 1 day I'll probably like completely rest. Rest day yesterday, and I took a rest day on the day that I traveled, although I got so many steps in that I ended up reaching my exercise, like completing my rings on my Apple Watch, so that was a good bonus. I did take a day off yesterday because that was kind of when the sinus infection was really hitting me. So today I'm gonna jump back on and I'm gonna do a 30-minute power zone ride, And then I'm going to do 20-minute chest and back. And then tomorrow I'll do a ride, and then I'll do full body strength. So here we go.
My zones. We're going to do a 3-minute build after we do spin-ups, which we're going to estimate our zone 2, 3, and 4. All right, team, add 1 to your resistance.
Hi family, happy Saturday. It's Saturday. I know you guys are like, ooh Ash, you look rough. It's been a rough week. My son got a cold, been keeping me up at night, so, and I also had to travel to Memphis for some work. So good news though, I stayed on track with my workout. Actually got some more runs in this week, which is really great. I'm really starting to feel strong in my stride again, and that's what I'm really excited about. So today I'm doing a power zone ride, and it's leg day, so I'm gonna do a leg workout. And it's the end of the month. Technically, it's the 1st of February. So we're gonna do a check-in and see the progress that we've made so far this month. A couple of things that I've been doing. So I've been keeping track of my water intake. I bought this huge jug that I can travel to work with me with. I take it to work, I fill it up in the morning, and then it tells me kind of how much water I need to be drinking at certain points in the day. So I have set a goal to drink 116 ounces of water a day. So that is, it was rough to begin with, but it's been going really well. And what else? I have been eating pretty keto. I've been cheating a little with my coffee, which we're gonna rectify in the month of February. And I've been eating on the go, but still staying within the parameters of keto. And I've been tracking all of my meals on the Lose It app, which I'll show here how it works, and it kind of keeps track of all the carbs and everything. I know that I've lost weight because I can feel how my clothes have been fitting. I've been weighing myself in every week, but I didn't want to share with you guys my progress until around the end of the month. But I also know that, you know, EDC is right around the corner. We got 3 more months left, and I need to really start to clean it up a little bit. So I'm going to be switching off of my coffee and switching to tea and being very strict on my diet. So let's go.
So just focus in on that output for a second, okay? Today we have an 11-minute warm-up and 19 minutes of work. All of our work is going to be in that sweet spot, which is the high end of your zone 3, low end of your zone 4. We're gonna work in a pyramid today. So 2 minutes on, 1 minute off, 3 minutes on, 1 minute off, 4 minutes on, 1 minute off, and then we go back down and we cool down. So again, we have that warm-up. It's going to be 3 minutes with a nice, easy pedal. We'll get into some spin-ups, and we'll get into that build to estimate our zones. Let's go ahead and get into our high end of zone 1 in 3, 2, and 1. How are we doing?
Alright, so I'm done and sweaty and I'm tired. That's my Saturday. Tomorrow I'm gonna weigh in and see what my progress is like to begin February. Hey guys, so it is Tuesday. I am about to do leg day. Feeling a little bit under the weather. I have kind of like a sinus thing that I cannot kick. Hey guys, so this is a fitness update. We are in week 2 of February. As you can tell, I had a sinus infection. It was pretty bad last week, so I was down for the count. Luckily, I still ended up weighing myself on Monday, so yesterday, which is crazy. I don't know why I did that. But I still lost 2 pounds last week. I still stayed on my keto diet, but I was miserable. I was 2 seconds away from going to the hospital. I had a terrible sinus infection that I'm pretty sure was like on the brink of turning into walking pneumonia. So I took it easy. I think I only did like 2 workouts last week. So I was finally starting to feel better. I did a workout on Sunday. I did a workout yesterday with legs. And today I'm doing chest and back. And I'm continuing with my arm challenge. January was rough. It was rough, and I'll make sure to break it down for you guys when I do my recap, but it was a rough month for me. I didn't give up. I stuck to my lifting, but I'm really hoping that February turns out better in terms of results. So just left hot yoga. I've been really excited about getting back to my yoga practice on the weekends. I haven't been able to go as often due to my husband's schedule. So we're gonna incorporate that back into my fitness routine, and there's gonna be days where I'm hoping to double up, get some extra calorie burn, feeling really good, a lot better than last week when I had my sinus infection. So we still have to lift when we get home. I got a 20-minute arms workout to do, and then we can get on with the rest of our day. All right, so now you've seen January. It was rough. It was rough for me. There was a lot of emotional ups and downs for me. You saw that I got sick, and what you didn't see is I didn't capture every single week when I weighed myself. So I only weigh myself once a week. I know there's some people that weigh themselves every day, and I just can't do that. Like, I just think that it would give me too much anxiety. I didn't share that with you guys just because I did feel like the month of January was a lot of experimentation. I noticed that my weight was fluctuating up and down. So I would lose 3 pounds, then I might gain 2, then I would lose another 2. I think that there is some reasoning behind this. The first thing is I was experimenting with my water intake. So I was realizing probably halfway through the month that I was not drinking enough water, and I've probably been walking around here severely dehydrated. So I made it my goal to drink 115 ounces of water. Now the typical recommendation for water intake is half of your body weight, but there's also new studies that are saying that even more than that is what we need. So I ended up buying this water jug on Amazon that has like specific times in the day and how much you should have been drinking at that point. And that's really helped me. I fill that up in the morning at my office as a big jug. I set it on there, and then I will pour into another water bottle so I can take that around the office. I'm thinking that some of the reasons why I was seeing my weight fluctuate is my body's probably like in shock. Like, it's like, what am I gonna do with all this water? And so I think that that could have attributed to some of the fluctuating in the scale as well. Another thing is with my food, I think that I was kind of skating by, eating carbs here and there, and not really being very strict on my carb intake. I do use an app called Lose It that will track all of my macros during the day. And what I had been noticing when I backlog and look, I was being very sloppy with my carbs. And so to solve for that, I continued to journal everything into the app, but then also I started to meal prep. So 2 weeks ago, I really got cracked down on meal prepping. And how I would do that is every Sunday, I would go into my freezer and I would check to see what proteins I have and then build my meals for the week based around those proteins. You know, and then I could easily input those into my tracker to see if it would balance out all of my carbs for the week. And that has been helping me. Since then, that was when I started to see the scale and the weight start to trend downwards. You know, the scale can be really, really discouraging. And, you know, there were a couple weeks where I was just like, what the hell, like I'm doing all of this, I'm putting all this energy and I'm not seeing any results. And you know, my vision board really came in handy in those moments. I just kept looking back at it and just saying, you know what, challenge, it said challenge accepted. It says building strength on there. It said, you know, don't quit. Those things I really use as anchors for me, and it really helped me push through. So if I had a bad day or a bad weigh-in, I would look at my vision board, and instead of, you know, eating my blues away, which is like something that we all can relate to, I jumped on the bike, I grabbed my weights, and I worked through it. So if anything, that's what I'm most proud of this month, is not quitting, and reminding myself that regardless of what the scale says, to keep going. Another thing with keto is that oftentimes you might see the scale fluctuating, or you'll see it stay at the same spot. But your clothes are feeling looser, you're noticing that your muscles are more toned, and you're like, what gives? So I started to, probably around halfway through January, I started to measure myself as well. So it was that same week that I had a really bad weigh-in, and I started to measure myself. Good news is that I ended up losing 1 to 2 inches all around my body for the month. So that includes my arms, my belly, everything. Something is going on with my body. It may not be showing up on the scale, but I am going to keep going, and I'm going to keep taking measurements, and we'll see where we land with that. I had to tell myself, if you had to stay at this weight, the weight that you're at now, a year later, what would you want to look like? What would you want to feel like? And I had to tell myself, I would want to feel strong, and I want to see some definition, and I'd want to see some inches, you know, off. I want to feel less wide, and I'd want to feel more toned. And that is totally possible. I saw somewhere a picture of someone who, she ended up being a bodybuilder, and she was showing the before and afters, the before picture of herself at the same body weight and the after at the same body weight. And they're completely different physiques, completely different bodies. So, you know, we're 90 days away from EDC. That is my goal, to lose the 10 pounds. And so I am taking some steps and strategies to get there. So what am I going to be doing for the month of February? Number 1, meal prep. I'm still gonna prep on Sundays. There may be some times where in the middle of the week I have to prep another vegetable or another side, but the goal is to prep a majority of my food on Sunday so that I am all set up until probably Thursday, Friday, when I can cook fresh. That will help me stay on my micros and stay focused. The next thing I'm gonna do is water. So I'm gonna continue with my water intake, pushing to that 115. If I don't reach that goal every day, that's fine. My golden goal really is 100 ounces a day. If I get past that, that's great, but that is gonna be my goal. And it's also gonna be just staying strict around carbs and sugar sources. So even the small things with condiments, I'm gonna make sure I get my sugar-free or keto sides or paleo sides, or make my own sauces so that I know exactly what I'm putting on the foods that I'm eating. In terms of lifting, I'm going to continue lifting. For the month of January, I would lift 20 minutes a day. For February, I am a part of a Peloton arm challenge with the Black Girl Magic group. So not only am I doing 20 minutes of lifting, I'm also attacking on 10 minutes of arm toning for the month. And I'm also hoping to double up on some workouts coming soon. Do a ride and some lifting in the morning, and then at night I'll be doing some hot yoga to really just cleanse myself, sweat out all of that water and all of that waste. So that's it, guys. That is kind of where I'm at with my weight loss journey. I really hope that you found this video helpful, and like I said, please comment below to let me know other types of weight loss content you'd like to see. Would you guys like to see some of my meal prep, some of my keto meals? I can certainly show that to you. My next update I'm planning on is going to be mid-March, unless you guys tell me you'd want to see these more often. Yeah, thanks so much for watching and joining me. If you like this video, make sure you click the subscribe button. If you want to get notified when new videos post, make sure that you click that bell. And make sure you like this video if you really enjoyed it. I'm really excited. I'm still optimistic about this year. I'm still optimistic about seeing results, and I'm not gonna let it stop me, and I hope it doesn't stop you guys. As always, positive self, positive wealth, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!